Should be live now. Sorry guys, just trying to get all this arranged, and thank you Red Rum Media for your help this morning. We really appreciate it. All right, now just bear with me to where I need to be. And so the affidavit is unsealed in the case of MAGEN FIERAMUSCA for murdering and kidnapping HEIDI BRUSSARD, and we've got it here. I'm just going to turn my audio off. Hang on. Okay. Hopefully you guys can hear me a bit better. Plug my Wi-Fi directly into my computer, so I think I'm a little bit clearer now. We're good to go. So let me just grab. No, we're not good to go. Just let me grab my phone, guys. Sorry, wait long. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. Hi, Red Rum. Oh my gosh, thank you. And then Jen just sent me a link. One of the stations has put it out as well. So, but yes, we learned how to do something new this morning, didn't we, Jen? Thank you to Red Rum's help.
Yeah, I'm becoming a good secretary here.
I think so. All right, so I'm just opening my tablet so I can get into chat. Great. She's such a good girl, that one. I'm sorry I missed seeing her over there. It was only a certain number of places I could go. All right. Let me grab these pictures. Okay. All right. Now, I'm seeing what order backwards, of course. And I'm going to zoom in so you guys can read along if you like. I think there's about 7 pages, I think, of this with these screenshots, and that there's more. So if I zoom in, though, I can't scroll, but that's okay. All right. Do you want me to start, Jen, or?
Yeah, go ahead.
You want to start? All right. So they've unsealed. Okay, cool. They've unsealed this, the affidavit for the warrant of arrest and detention on MAGEN FIERAMUSCA. I still don't even know if I'm saying that damn name right or not. But so Travis County, Texas. And what do we got here? Some of the stuff's redacted, but got a date of birth as 13th of January, 86. That's next week. She's going to have a nice birthday, isn't she?
Yeah.
So we'll just go through the key points here. Well, all of them are key when it comes to Heidi and Margot. But on or about December 12th, 2019 in Austin, Travis County, Texas. So it starts with tampering with a corpse, which is a second-degree felony. Okay, so Detective Harris is an investigator assigned to the Austin Police Department Cold Case Missing Persons Unit. As a result of this assignment, your affiant is responsible for investigating incidents involving missing persons and persons who have been taken or held against their will, which is commonly referred to by the offence title code kidnapping. Well, nothing new there. On Tuesday, December 12th, 2019, Detective Harries was operating in an on-call status and received a message to contact Austin Police Department, Officer Parker regarding the case number. Upon making contact with Officer Parker, he was told the following. Officer Parker had been dispatched to a call for service regarding a missing adult female, Heidi Broussard, a white female born June 15th, 1986, and her 2-week-old newborn, who was fully identified in Austin Police Department report and will be hereafter be referred to as newborn child. The complainant was Shane Carey, who is the boyfriend of Heidi, with whom they share 2 children, newborn child and a 6-year-old child. Shane Carey, Heidi Broussard, and both children that live together in an apartment. Should have redacted that. Sorry. This is put out exactly the way the news put it out, so they really should redact that. Shane doesn't need psycho showing up at his door. Okay. Let's have a look. 3333. Trying to zoom in on this for you guys so that you can see it, but it's not going to let me scroll on these ones. Shane Carey has cooperated with the Austin Police Department in investigating the disappearance of Heidi Broussard and her newborn child. Shane Carey provided an initial statement to Austin Police Detectives Brad Harries and Ryan Metcalf on Friday, December 13th at the Austin Police Department South Substation. That conversation was voluntary in nature and was recorded using a fixed digital audio and video recording system. Shane Carey spoke with Detective Harries of the Austin Police Department, Detective Metcalf of the Austin Police Department, Detective Faithful, also Austin Police Department, and Special Agent Jay Bailey of the FBI during the continuing investigation. The conversations were collected on body-worn cameras or fixed digital audio and video recording systems in interview rooms. Red Rum Media, if you're here, if that's it, then yes, definitely. Speaking in code there. Okay, do you want to go to the next one?
Sure.
Number 4, and I'll just zoom in a bit for the peoples.
Shane Carey stated that he last saw Heidi Broussard and the newborn child in person that day, December the 12th, at approximately 6:30 a.m. Shane Carey woke for work and saw Heidi and the children before he left for work at a moving company in North Austin. Shane Carey advised that Heidi Broussard would ready the children for the day, then take the 6-year-old child to school at Cowan Elementary. I reviewed images captured by surveillance cameras at Cowan Elementary. Heidi Broussard can be seen entering and exiting the school on surveillance cameras provided by the Austin Independent School District with the newborn child. Based on video evidence, Heidi Broussard left the school at approximately 8:12 a.m. with the newborn child. After that, Shane Carey and Heidi spoke on the phone at approximately 8:30 a.m. regarding dropping the child off at school, a conversation that was confirmed by a consent search of Shane Carey's phone. Shane Carey stated that he did not speak with Heidi the rest of his workday. He got off work at approximately 1:50 and called Heidi Broussard. The phone call was not answered and went to voicemail. Let's see.
Okay.
He
Do you
arrived.
want to do 2? Do you want to do 3 each? Yeah.
Sure. Okay.
Okay.
Number 6. Shane Carey arrived in the parking lot of their apartment complex around 2:50, and he noticed that Heidi Broussard's vehicle, which is a white Honda Fit, was parked in the parking lot of their apartment complex. Shane Carey found the front door to the apartment to be unlocked. Shane Carey stated that it was not unusual for the front door to be unlocked. He stated that the apartment was not in disarray and that nothing inside the apartment appeared to be out of the ordinary. Neither Heidi Broussard nor the newborn child were in the apartment, according to Shane Carey. Shane Carey believed that Heidi Broussard and the newborn child were possibly visiting another apartment in the complex or were at the park. Shane Carey realized as the day progressed that their elementary age child needed to be picked up from after school activities. Shane Carey went to pick the child up at approximately 5:50, thinking that Heidi Broussard would be there as well. Shane Carey waited until after 6 p.m. and she did not show up to pick the child up.
Thank you. So, yeah, so what we know so far, I'm just going to stop sharing my screen for a minute and just forgot to check on something. Just bear with me for a moment. So it looks like the bond hasn't changed. It looks like it's still 400,000 and one for the tampering with the corpse and 100,000 each for kidnapping. Just so ridiculous to me, you know. Kidnapping bonds are so low, but at least it still is keeping her in jail. So,
Yeah, that would be what. And do all the charges have a bond on them? There's not any of them that don't have one?
No, 3 charges. So tampering with a corpse, 400,000 and 100,000 each. So 600,000 total. So what, you'd need 60 grand for a bail bondsman if you take it.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks for coming in, guys. MMAJEN, Rose. If you can just bear with me, I just need to get to the video in my settings. So, anyone want to buy me a new laptop as a belated Christmas present? Anyone? And if I'm one of those rich sugar daddies.
Okay.
All right. I'm sorry, my computer's so slow. Doesn't matter what I do to it, but at least I fixed the audio up. That was good. I don't need to buy a microphone now.
Yeah, that's much. It's much better than it was.
Yeah. So just plugging it straight into the router seems to do the trick. I'll get back to this sharing screen in a minute. Kids, just I forgot to bring one thing up because we went live pretty rushed this morning. I wasn't anticipating to have this today, really, but thank you to Red Rum. Okay, almost there. Okay, sorry about that. Back to this. Okay, so 7, 8, and 9. Shane Carey returned to the apartment with their elementary-aged child. Neither Heidi BRUSSARD nor the newborn child were at the apartment. Shane Carey went to Heidi's 2012 Honda Fit bearing Texas license plate redacted. They redact that, but not the address he's living at. Was in the parking lot of their apartment complex and found the vehicle to be unlocked. Shane stated that it was unusual to him that the vehicle was unlocked. He looked inside the vehicle and observed Heidi's red purse inside the unlocked vehicle. Shane looked inside the purse and observed Heidi BRUSSARD's wallet. All personal items, cash, credit cards, debit cards, and identification appeared to still be present inside the wallet. Shane Carey stated that the newborn child had jaundice when discharged from the hospital. Shane stated that he and Heidi had to supplement breast milk with formula due to the jaundice. All necessities for caring for a newborn child remain in the apartment, including but not limited to diapers, formula, clothing, wipes, bedding, car safety seating, and accessories. All apparent forms of financial means for Heidi appear to be inside her wallet, which was left in her vehicle. The only items of note missing from the apartment or vehicle are Heidi's phone number and her keys, and they don't redact her phone number. Lovely. Okay. Is that just wondering if that's the end of 9? Yep. Yep. You get.
Shane Carey described Heidi Broussard's iPhone 11 as being black in color and was contained in a case with red, white, and blue colors in a tie-dye pattern. Shane Carey described Heidi Broussard's keys as 3 to 4 keys on a key ring with a Honda chip enabled car key and 1 key on the ring with blue tape. The location of Heidi Broussard is unknown at this time. At the time of her disappearance, Heidi Broussard did not take the necessary items to reasonably care for a 2-week-old newborn for an extended period of time when she departed the apartment. Heidi Broussard does not possess the necessary items to reasonably and legally travel inside a vehicle with a 2-week-old newborn, such as an infant car seat and base. It is of note that both car seats possessed by Shane Carey and Heidi Broussard are in the apartment or Heidi Broussard's vehicle. Shane Carey stated that Heidi Broussard would not abandon her family, especially her elementary age child. On December the 17th, 2019, I spoke with VS, an adult female fully identified in Austin Police Report. VS has known Heidi Broussard for approximately 10 years. VS stated that Heidi Broussard would not abandon her elementary age child.
Wouldn't be too hard to find out who these people are. If we had a friends list or something like that, not that we should be going and bothering them or anything, but just to say that, you know, there are other people who will. Okay, 13. Shane began to call friends and family in the area to attempt to locate Heidi and Margot without success on December 12th. Shane called the Austin Police Department at approximately 7:31 p.m. to report Heidi and Margot as missing. Responding Austin police officers conducted a deliberate search of the area of the apartment, contacted members of Heidi's family and friend group, conducted a reverse 911 calling over 4,000 residences in the immediate area of the apartment, and released the names and images of Heidi and Margot to the media, all without locating Heidi or Margot. Your affiant researched the target number belonging to Heidi through ZX.com, which is an online tool that will identify the carrier and registered name associated with the phone number. Handy. The target number was registered to Shane Carey. The service provider was T-Mobile. Your affiant contacted the law enforcement liaison for T-Mobile and confirmed that T-Mobile does currently provide service for the target number and that the phone was currently shown to be on and active. Per T-Mobile policy, the detective was directed to complete the T-Mobile, what is that word? Exigent form and exigent form and return the completed form to T-Mobile. The detective completed and submitted the form to T-Mobile. A surveillance order with an emergency addendum was sworn to by the detective and was presented to Travis County District Court Judge Kokorek. Judge Kokorek. Judge K, there we go, reviewed the order and approved the document with her signature.
An emergency ping of Heidi Broussard's. Maybe not. Yep, I don't know.
Oh, that's right. You do.
An emergency ping of Heidi's phone number began at approximately 4:56 p.m. on Friday, December 13th, and ran continuously for 48 hours until the afternoon of Sunday, December 15th. The continuous ping of Heidi Broussard's phone was requested to indicate any location data associated with the use of the device. The data was updated and sent at 15-minute intervals for 48 hours. There was no location data reported for the 48 hours of the requested emergency ping, indicating that the target phone was not in use. According to Shane Carey, MAGEN FIERAMUSCA, also known as Megan Humphrey, and Heidi Broussard have been friends since attending the Texas Bible Institute in Columbus, Texas, approximately 10 years ago. That lets me know right there who that VS was. That's going to be the one that was doing the live interview, because it listed that they had been friends the same amount of time, which would be 10 years.
What was her name? I can't remember.
I can't remember it. I'm trying to think of it too. There was one was on the line.
It was on Joe's to Justice. Yeah, I can't think of her name.
Right. Megan FIERAMUSCA and Heidi Broussard speak on the phone regularly. According to Shane Carey, Megan FIERAMUSCA and Heidi Broussard became pregnant around the same time in 2019. Both expectant mothers were due in late 2019. Shane Carey stated that he saw Megan FIERAMUSCA visibly pregnant in person. Megan held her hands to her apparently pregnant stomach, appearing to support the weight of her unborn child. Shane Carey reported that Heidi Broussard and Megan FIERAMUSCA had spoken about the possibility of delivering on the same date.
Wow. It's creepy.
Yeah.
How many months exactly was she planning this? Oh my gosh. On November 25th, Heidi's water broke early in the morning. Shane and Heidi went to St. David's South Austin Hospital for medical treatment in anticipation of childbirth. Megan was alerted to the impending delivery. On November 26th, Megan drove from her home in the Houston, Texas area to South Austin while she herself was approximately 37 weeks pregnant. The afternoon of November 26th, Heidi Broussard and Shane Carey gave Megan a key to Heidi and Shane's apartment from Heidi's key ring. Like, she trusted this girl, this friend, so much. You don't just give any friend a key to your house. Austin police officers Levine and Wind spoke with SD, a nurse at St. David's South Austin Hospital, who was fully identified in Austin police report. Nurse SD overheard Heidi and Megan conversing about Megan being 37 weeks pregnant. Shane Carey reported that Heidi delivered her newborn child on November 26th. The following people were in the room when Heidi delivered Margot. Shane Carey, VS. So that's the one that was on, I think, Jay's live. And was it VS? Was that the one on Jay's live?
Her name was Caressa. That's what I was looking up. The one that was on the live was Caressa. So I'm not sure who Jay is.
So the same VS was in the delivery room as well, and Megan. Additional family members entered the room after the birth. Margot was first held by Heidi, then by Shane, then by VS, then by Shane Carey's father. Makes me think it's a family member if they're holding the child in that order. Immediately after. Oh, sorry.
It just said they had only known each other 10 years. That's why I was thinking.
Oh, right. I was trying to get the next page ready on that one.
Sorry.
Immediately after Shane's father was handed his grandchild, Megan interjected herself and asked to hold the newborn child, stating that she had to leave. Shane's father was surprised by the actions of Megan and that his first introduction and time with his grandchild was interrupted by a friend of Heidi's.
Megan FIERAMUSCA told Shane Carey that she would leave the key to their apartment on the counter inside the apartment. Shane Carey advised that neither he nor Heidi Broussard could ever locate the key Megan FIERAMUSCA was given to have access to their apartment. Megan FIERAMUSCA left the hospital no more than 1 hour after Heidi Broussard delivered her baby and returned to Heidi Broussard and Shane Carey's apartment, where she stayed until November the 27th. When she returned to Houston at that time, Megan FIERAMUSCA drives a gray 2015 Nissan 4-door bearing Texas license plates. I reviewed a search of Learn Vigilance license plate online registry, which shows that Megan FIERAMUSCA's 2015 Nissan was captured on stationary license plate reader operated by the Giddings, Texas Police Department, traveling between Houston and Austin. The data confirms that the vehicle operated by Megan FIERAMUSCA was traveling in the direction of Austin on November 26, 2019.
So she stayed a couple of days at their house while Heidi was in the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So keep your friends close and your enemies closer, but not in this case.
I think so. Do you want to do a couple more?
Sure.
You don't have to.
No, I don't mind at all. It's I'm because it's interesting, very interesting to me. Shane Carey reported. He reported that on December the 8th or 9th, he learned from Heidi Broussard that Megan FIERAMUSCA delivered a baby girl. Shane Carey did not see any photographs of the child because there wasn't one.
Yeah. So creepy.
Yeah. You can go ahead.
Okay. A resident of 744 West William Cannon Drive, the same complex in which Heidi and Shane live, has installed video cameras on the exterior of his residence. The tenant of the apartment with the exterior cameras provided voluntary consent for Austin Police Detective, oh, here we go, Hruzek, to view the recordings from the exterior cameras. One of the cameras captures the parking lot and has the capability of capturing vehicles as they pass in the parking lot. Video captured on the exterior camera shows a light-coloured four-door vehicle with the outline, window placement and general appearance consistent with Megan's grey 2015 Nissan four-door, bearing Texas license plate redacted, driving northbound towards the rear of the complex at approximately 9:05 a.m. on December 12th. Shane Carey and Heidi Broussard's apartment is on the rear of the complex. Interesting thing to note, the coroner put down the date of death as I want to say the 19th, when they found her. It's more likely she was murdered on the 12th or the 13th. So that was quite strange. On December 18, M.W., an adult female, provided a statement to Detectives Miralles and Briegel. The statement was captured on a fixed audio and video recording system. M.W. stated that on December 11th or 12th, she was driving through the rear of the complex at 744 West William Cannon. M.W. stated that she saw a four-door vehicle believed to be light in colour stopped in the parking lot perpendicular to the provided parking spaces. M.W. stated that she saw a white adult female walk from between buildings 7 and 8 towards the vehicle parked perpendicular to the provided parking spaces. I really like the word perpendicular. The adult white female was carrying a small infant who was wearing a knit cap. The adult female carrying the small infant walked towards the vehicle parked perpendicular to the provided parking spaces. M.W. saw a female exit the front passenger seat and greet the adult female who was carrying the small infant. The front seat passenger opened the rear passenger side door of the vehicle. The adult female carrying the small infant entered the rear passenger seat. Both doors closed and the vehicle drove away. M.W. stated that there was not time for the adult female to secure the infant into any type of child restraint system before the vehicle drove away. M.W. turned from the main lane of the parking lot and last saw the four-door vehicle driving towards the exit gate to south first. That's interesting. That kind of blows that speculation and theory out of the window that Heidi was drugged. But by the sounds of this witness, she's willingly walking to the car with Margot in her hands. So
why would she get in the vehicle without a car seat? What I don't get. I mean,
yeah, and her phone. Like, what did Megan say to her to make her get in the back of the car with a newborn baby and no restraints, and possibly just her phone on her?
well, I wonder after the next section, I have a question, but go ahead.
Where are we?
28.
Yeah. On December, I'll do the rest of this page. I'll do 28 to 30. On December 19th, MW returned to the Austin Police Station, South Substation, and was presented a photo lineup. The photo lineup was prepared by Detective Mireles. The photo lineup featured 6 images of females, one of which was Megan FIERAMUSCA. The females were all of a similar complexion, and none of the females stood out of the lineup.
Okay, my question is, she did well, she didn't say she stood out. Okay, I was just wondering if they did a lineup to see. I mean, was it Heidi that was carrying the baby? Heidi could have already been in the trunk. It could have been someone else because we still haven't determined if she was alone or not.
Well, no, that said there was 2 women at the car in 27, I think. So, or
a white adult female walking to the car and went in the car.
I get brought to the car. And then MW saw a female exit the front passenger seat and greet the adult. Why was she in the passenger seat? Sharon in chat said maybe she told her she was in labor. That makes perfect sense. That's something that would cause you to drop everything and run. The photo lineup was presented to MW by Detective Mitchell. When MW saw the photo of Megan, she stated that she was 60 to 70% sure that was the female she saw in the front seat of the vehicle in the parking lot. Why was she in the passenger side? So then that leaves Heidi carrying Margot towards the car. She's in the passenger seat because she's in labor and she wants Heidi to drive.
No, it says up here somewhere, I'm going back right now looking, Shane Carey said that Heidi had told him that Megan had had the baby already. Remember
That's
that?
right. That's right.
So it couldn't be.
That's right. So it can't be that, Sharon. Oh.
It says on the 21st, I mean, number 21 says that Shane reported
That's
that
right.
Heidi.
Exactly.
Oh, wait. No, that was Heidi.
Sure
I knew it said that. Yes, it said 25. He reported that on December 8th or 9th, he learned from Heidi that Megan delivered a baby girl.
There we are. Not see yep. Okay. That blows that theory out the window. Shane told Detective Faithful that he believed Heidi was friends with Megan. Shane provided a cell phone number for Megan. Hey, let's call it 346-201-1801. Put that up on the screen for you. This number was determined to be serviced by T-Mobile. On December 18th, intelligence analyst Ferguson of the FBI conducted open source research related to any social media presence for Megan. A search of Heidi BRUSSARD's contacts on Instagram revealed an Instagram account for user Megan Humphrey.
On December 18th, IA Ferguson obtained records for Instagram user Megan Humphrey via a voluntary emergency disclosure. This record indicated the account was registered using email address meganhumphrey@gmail. The account had been active for an extended period of time and contained no posts. Further social media research into Megan Humphrey, possibly known as Megan FIERAMUSCA, yielded at least one photo on the Facebook profile of Heidi BRUSSARD depicting the Heidi BRUSSARD and a white female who appeared to be tagged at one time as Megan Humphrey. The white female identified in the photo as Megan Humphrey was visually similar to the known Texas driver's license photo of Megan FIERAMUSCA. On December 18th, IA Ferguson requested records from Google related to email address meganhumphrey@gmail via voluntary emergency disclosure. A review of the search.
We can email her too. Sorry.
We're getting what?
We can email her as well.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Oh, I don't know if she has access to all that. But
I was joking. This is bad Australian jokes.
Let's see. A review of the search history identified a Google search for reasons for Amber Alert. Performed on December the 12th. To date, an official Amber Alert for the newborn child has not been released via Austin Police Department or Texas Department of Public Safety.
So this is the day they were taken. She did this search at 10:31 p.m. Central Time.
Yes. I guess she was seeing if they had one out.
Yeah.
It's interesting to get into her head and wonder, was she trying to avoid the reason? She Googled reasons for it. Was she trying to avoid everything, or specifically cause an Amber Alert because she didn't want one?
Yeah. So anything that she could do that would prevent that from happening.
All that has to show that it was, all premeditated for her to have enough sense to do all that stuff.
Yeah. Oh, definitely it does.
A Google search was performed for
Amber
Alert. No, I'm sorry. For Amber Alert issued Austin by Megan Humphrey at Gmail on December the 12th at 10:42 p.m. A result of this search located at, that's a long URL. Yeah. She went to a URL. It was visited on December the 12th at 10:42 p.m.
Now I want to go to that URL.
Yeah, I know. 3-week-old baby last seen at Austin Hospital. That makes you wonder.
Yes.
A full review of searches performed by Megan Humphrey at Gmail between November the 11th and December the 18th revealed some form of Heidi Broussard was searched at least 162 times from a device utilizing the account Megan Humphrey at Gmail.
So at least a month she's been planning to do this. I'd say more, but we're not going to know until at least after the 3rd of February when she's in court again. This is going to be the only unsealed document, I believe, that they'll give out.
Yeah, I would think so.
Yeah.
You can go ahead.
Okay. 35. On December 14th, a search was conducted using the account meganhumphrey@gmail.com for the words bodies found in Austin, Texas. Yeah, see, that says to me that she's been killed somewhere between December 12th and December 14th. It's going to be 12 or 13 probably. A follow-on.
But why would she?
Sorry, go.
I'm sorry. Why would she be looking for bodies found if she had the body with her?
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense, does it? Oh, that's actually... Okay, let's think about that for a minute. Why would she be looking up bodies found when she had the body? Unless there's a second person involved who, unless she didn't, maybe she didn't know the body was in the boot. I'm just way out speculating there. But if there was a second person involved,
I don't know, but that's a really weird thing to search for if you know the body. I mean, if she was in Houston with the body, why would she look for the body in Austin? I mean, because, searching for a body in Austin. I don't know.
You guys in chat have any idea? That is just strange. A follow-on request via voluntary emergency disclosure for any Facebook or Instagram accounts related to email address meganhumphrey@gmail.com resulted in the identification of Facebook UID vanity name megan.humphrey. This account was active from 2008 until the account was terminated or deactivated on December 17th, 2019 at 9:09 p.m. Central. IP address history from the account resolved to T-Mobile. So that's sus that you get rid of your social media, especially since she's supposed to be a wedding planner and a lot of her work would have been, contacting people online and things like that. So Sharon in chat says she heard Heidi was in a black duffel bag. Maybe she dumped it and went back to get it. Plausible. Yep.
That's a good thought. I did read that earlier today that she was in a black duffel bag.
I wonder where that information came from. I was to say you've got to consider the source. So
It was a news release.
okay, yeah, but where they got that information from, I don't know.
I don't either.
Because I wouldn't tend to believe it unless it came directly from law enforcement. But I mean, that doesn't mean we can't speculate and say, well, that's plausible. Maybe she did do that. And I guess when they if they release the autopsy report, she may have foliage or something on her to show that she was in a different spot. Who knows? You know, it could be something like that. So Alison, hi Alison, she said, did I misunderstand? Megan in front passenger seat, Heidi gets in the back passenger seat, car leaves, who drove? Actually, when you put it like that, either it was so the witness didn't see everything, or there was another person driving. Okay, so Heidi's walking towards Megan's car with Margot in her arms. We assume it's Megan in the front passenger seat. It might have been another female. Who knows? She didn't
Someone's
mention
at my
anyone.
door. I'll be back.
You're right. I'll keep reading. Members of the FBI Behavioral Unit have been included on numerous investigative briefs and summaries related to the disappearance of Heidi and her newborn child. The totality of the interactions and events related to Megan, including travelling to another city late into the pregnancy, the interaction with Shane, Carey's father, the first time he held his grandchild, the image of a vehicle consistent with the vehicle operated by Megan, and the deletion of Megan's Facebook account were analysed by FBI Behavioural Unit members who advised that the situations and scenarios described are indicative of a female perpetrator of child abduction. Research conducted by the FBI indicates that Megan resided at 8118 Bojack Drive, Houston. Okay, so then we can just discuss that until Jen gets back. That's odd, Alison. That's a really, really good point to bring up, because I don't. That does make you think, was there a third person? Or so Shane and Heidi thought she'd already given birth, and wouldn't they think that Megan's baby would be with it? And yeah, I am definitely curious about that. It would be good to see the whole report from that witness. Because I don't know if she had seen the car drive off, or it doesn't kind of go into that. So if we can get that interview, I think it would answer a lot more questions about that. About that all. Hey Mary, how are you, hon? Yeah, it is interesting, and I think this is all we're going to get until the second of, is it the second or the third? No, the 3rd of February, when she's supposed to front up to court, and still she hasn't been charged with murder. So it's still the one count of tampering with a corpse or tampering with evidence. I'm not sure which one it was, and then 2 counts of kidnapping. So it's be interesting to see when they're going to bring those charges. I would assume that they are coming. Let me zoom in for you. Cigarette keeps going out. So Shane told Detective Faithful that Megan's boyfriend was named Christopher Green, and we knew that he resided at 8118 Bojack Drive in Houston as well, with Megan. A search warrant for the call detail records associated with Megan's T-Mobile phone number was prepared and was presented to Travis County District Court Judge B on December 19th. Judge B signed the search warrant. I don't know what time that was. I think it was, it was late that night. They still hadn't, they still hadn't gotten the warrant to go in. And then that's when they had gotten it when we were all live over at Joe's for Justices. You think there was another female involved, Mary? It's possible. Especially we hear about this confusion about a second person being charged. I can't think of why they would keep that arrest warrant or affidavit under wraps. The signed search warrant for call detail records associated with Megan's T-Mobile phone number was submitted to T-Mobile. T-Mobile provided data which provided historical location data for the phone number associated with Megan's phone. So it would be her ping data. They would have taken them to there in combination with some tips. We don't know who those tips are from though. Just let me check and see what's happened with Jen. Well, I don't know where she went. I'll keep going. Historical location data, we'll just call it pings from now on, for Megan's phone shows the device traveling from Houston to the Austin area on November 26th, which is consistent with statements that placed her at St. David's South Austin Hospital for the birth of Margot. GPS data for the device and pings associated with Megan's phone showed the device to be in the Austin area on November 26th and 27th. Supervisory Special Agent Mullen of the FBI conducted a preliminary historical analysis of the data provided by T-Mobile. The ping and GPS data for the device associated with Megan's phone showed the device located in the Austin area near HEIDI, BRUSSARD and Shane Carey's apartment on December 12th, the same day HEIDI and Margot disappeared. How are you guys going? Having a good day? I've hardly had any sleep, but I'm at that point where it's like you get over that and then you can't get to sleep. I've tried like 3 times now. So I might as well just do this. On December 19th, FBI agents and Texas Department of Public Safety investigators were conducting surveillance of Megan FIERAMUSCA's and Christopher Green's residence on Bojack Drive. Texas DPS deployed a helicopter for aerial observation. So that's what we were seeing live when we were on Joe's for Justice. The operator of the DPS helicopter observed a vehicle parked in the backyard of the residence between the garage and the residence. It was really close up to the back door, really, really close. Like, I don't know, like a meter. The vehicle was parked in a manner consistent with an attempt to conceal the vehicle from public view. The vehicle was later confirmed as a grey 2015 Nissan Versa 4-door Texas license plate redacted, but it would be Megan's vehicle. FBI agents reported that Christopher Green left the residence in a black Nissan Armada SUV on Thursday, December 19th. Christopher Green drove to a Target store, and DPS investigators observed him shopping for baby clothes and saw him purchase baby formula inside the store. Texas DPS investigators spoke with Christopher Green as he exited the store. I wonder what they spoke to him about. Hello, are you back?
I am. Sorry about that.
That is okay. Do you want to read more, or do you have to go, or what's up?
Sure. No, I'm good. What's
We're on 45.
okay. Okay. Texas Ranger Christian provided a summary of the conversation with Christopher Green.
No, 45.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Sorry. Fire you. You're going to get fired.
I thought you just read that. FBI agents Christopher Green left the residence in a black Nissan Armada.
46. I'm going to fire myself.
Okay. See, I have it together more than I look like I do.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Provided a summary of the conversation with Christopher Green. Christopher Green informed DPS investigators that he was in a relationship with Megan FIERAMUSCA since 2016. Christopher Green and Megan FIERAMUSCA lived together on Bojack Drive in Texas. Christopher Green and Megan FIERAMUSCA broke up in March. Both parties remained in the residence. Christopher Green reported in the spring of 2019 that Megan FIERAMUSCA was pregnant. Christopher Green stated that he noticed that Megan FIERAMUSCA's stomach grew during the year. He indicated that he felt her stomach, which he described as hard. That's odd. Christopher Green stated that he never saw Megan FIERAMUSCA's bare stomach during the pregnancy, stating that their relationship during the year did not end itself.
True.
Oh, lend it. There's a line over mine. Did not lend itself to seeing her in stages of undress. Christopher Green believed that Megan FIERAMUSCA was pregnant with his child. So her stomach grew and it was hard when he touched it. I don't know. This is all so many questions.
He's either lying or he's incredibly stupid. How can you live in the same house as someone and believe that they're 37 weeks pregnant? I mean, it's not like she's saying 15 weeks or, anything like that. It's like almost full term.
Basically, that is. I mean, that's enough that you would think that it would be recognizable.
Oh my gosh, is this guy thick? I don't know. Is he stupid? We know he hasn't been arrested.
Right.
God, okay, where are we?
48. Texas Ranger Rainwater spoke with Christopher Green. Ranger Rainwater showed Christopher Green a flyer produced by the Nation Center for Missing and Exploited Children featuring images provided of Heidi Broussard and her newborn child. Christopher Green looked at the flyer, looked at the picture of Heidi Broussard's newborn child on the flyer and stated, "That's the baby at my house." Wow.
Oh my God. How would you be feeling in that moment?
Yeah, if he really is completely innocent, like, this sounds, imagine his feelings, thinking that that's his child there. And then all of a sudden, the FBI shows up and says, this is not your baby.
Oh my God, I can't believe it. And it does sound like he's being completely cooperative with them. I'm not getting any feelings, either way, that he had anything to do with this. I just think we know females pretty well. I won't say pregnant females very well, but to me, isn't this kind of something you would want to do on your own? You wouldn't involve your other half.
I just don't see a man going along with it. I just don't. I mean, I know women, you know, I could imagine a female being that obsessed with it, but not a man, you know, to go along with it.
And if there is a second woman, my God, who is it? And what is going through her head?
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Yeah.
All right, well,
number 50.
Do you want to go still?
FBI. Sure. FBI agents were notified of the conversation with Christopher Green and the purchase of baby formula. FBI agents and DPS investigators observed Megan FIERAMUSCA walk out the front door with her cell phone and a baby monitor. Wow. She was just playing it up.
Yeah.
You go ahead. We're on 51 now.
Oh, God. This is freaking me out. Texas Ranger Gary Phillips spoke with Megan, who stated that on December 12th, Megan left to go to the beach with a cousin while Christopher stayed in Houston working. When Christopher saw Megan next on Friday, December 13th, Megan told Christopher Green, "Don't be mad, don't be mad." Christopher Green asked why he would be mad. Megan told Christopher that there was a baby on the bed. Megan said that she went into labor and delivered their baby without Christopher's knowledge. Don't be mad. There's a baby on the bed. Hello, Mr. Shannonite. Oh, we're just going through the affidavit for Megan. Megan told Ranger Phillips that she went into labor on Thursday, December 12th. So this is the day she took them. Megan stated that she went to a birthing center in the Woodlands. Megan could not remember the name of the birthing center in which she reported giving birth. Yeah, right. Megan stated that the only people present during the delivery were employees of the birthing center. Megan told Ranger Phillips that she brought the baby home on Thursday, December 12th. Who's going to let someone out of a birthing center on the same day? Really? Does that happen? Ranger Phillips confronted Megan about the discrepancies of her locations on the date she reportedly delivered, and Megan stated that she was not in Austin.
Well, that was a lie.
Yeah. Do you want to do the other little ones, 53 to 58?
Sure.
We got one more page. Yep.
Members of the FBI Behavioral Analysis Unit provided an assessment of maternal desire, specifically that mothers have lost a pregnancy or have falsified pregnancy and have materialized the desire to have a child by taking possession of another child. So it's called maternal desire. Shane Carey previously reported that the newborn child had jaundice when discharged from the hospital. A physician consulted by the FBI advised that untreated severe jaundice can cause a condition called kernicterus, which is a type of brain damage. And I don't know if I said that correctly.
Kernicterus.
Christopher Green was purchasing formula, which Shane Carey said was necessary to treat the newborn child's jaundice. Okay, that's confusing to me. Christopher Green was buying formula that Shane Carey said was necessary to treat the jaundice. Was this after they found out that it was their baby?
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay. Due to the unknown status of the treatment of the newborn child's jaundice, which could lead to brain damage if untreated, members of the Texas Department of Public Safety approached the residence to check welfare on the newborn child. DPS troopers secured vehicles at the residence and secured the perimeter of the residence. The troopers entered the residence in an attempt to ensure the safety of the newborn child. DPS troopers located a young infant child whose physical appearance is consistent with that of HEIDI BRUSSARD's newborn child.
Wowie, wowie. Texas Ranger Phillips has investigated numerous deceased persons and has been around numerous deceased human bodies. Ranger Phillips, through his training and experience, can readily identify the odor of decomposing flesh. Texas Ranger Phillips approached the 2015 Nissan Versa four-door. It was parked on the back porch of the single-family residence at Bojack Drive and is registered through the state of Texas to MAGEN. Ranger Phillips smelled the immediate and unmistakable odor of decomposing flesh emitting from the trunk area of the 2015 Nissan Versa. On December 19th, the detective presented a search warrant for a search of the vehicle to Judge Yu. Judge Yu reviewed and approved the search warrant as evidenced by his signature. Texas Ranger Gary Phillips was still on scene at Bojack Drive. Ranger Phillips was notified of the signed search warrant for the Nissan. During the search of the car, Ranger Phillips located a human corpse in the trunk of the vehicle. The human corpse appeared to be a female with long hair. The human corpse was shoved into a black duffel bag. There we go.
There's the duffel bag.
There's the duffel bag. All right, that's from law enforcement. So, yeah, it is possible, going back to that, her doing the searches for bodies in Austin, maybe she did take her somewhere and change her mind and go back and get her. And that would explain, if there was more than one location, that would explain the delay in this being released.
This is purely speculation, but I saw at one point during the investigation, right after they had arrested Megan, that they had sent a dive team down to a pond or a lake for some reason, but I never heard any more about it. Did you hear anything about that?
No, I didn't. That's interesting. That would be a good one to follow up on too.
Just curious if maybe where she could have left.
What the issue with the biggest one here, I think, is we're almost done. Is that witness with the car? It's just passenger seat, back seat, no restraint for Margot. You know, that is the strangest one of, I think. Sharon said, I think they were interviewing Chris at the same time the Rangers were talking to Megan. Well, that makes sense. You want to separate them. And hi, Wigger McKirk. Why didn't Shane mention anything about her being around for multiple days? I could have slipped his mind. I'm sure, you know, that we don't know if he did a polygraph, but I'm sure he would have. He was being both of them were being agreeable, you know, helpful. So
I wonder I'm sorry.
No,
if he didn't think it was significant because she was a friend. She was there when the baby was born. You wouldn't expect anything like this to, you know, at all. So you wouldn't think that was a major thing to bring up.
80% of the time it's the partner. You know, or someone known to the victim. But if you don't think about it, if you don't think about it, is, you know, well, no one did. I mean, whoever thinks that someone can go and do, you know, like a fetal abduction and cut a baby out of a pregnant woman's stomach, but that happens. You know, yes, maybe he didn't bring it up. I'm sure he had a lot of things going on in his head. Sharon thinks that Shane may have been helping police. Yeah, I think he was. The only thing when I put the interview of him up, the only thing I said was that his behavior just appeared odd to me, like some of his comments, like, you're making me nervous, you know. And, of course, if Chris Watts had never happened, we wouldn't be comparing his interview, you know, in any way, shape or form. But that is in our minds like it happened yesterday. So So Emily, hello. She said she thinks she remembers somewhere that he did take a polygraph and passed it. Yeah, I think I remember seeing something about it. So the affidavit ends with the detective has probable cause to believe that Megan FIERAMUSCA did, on or about December 12, 2019, knowingly tamper with the human corpse. Megan FIERAMUSCA, knowing that an investigation was pending or in progress, concealed the human corpse in the trunk of the vehicle registered to her with the intent to impair its availability as evidence. Signed on the 19th day of December. That's it, done and dusted, folks. So they're charging her with putting the body in the boot. It's not to say that she murdered her. And I mean, I know all defense attorneys are going to say this, but I mean, Megan says that, you know, she didn't do this. She's not guilty. So did someone else kill Heidi? It's possible. That's true, Emily. His actions were strange, but the circumstances under which they were conducting it were very bizarre. That is true. That is true. None of us have been in a circumstance like that, so you know who's to say, really. But wow, yeah. It just creates more questions, doesn't it? Little parts in that. You're welcome, Emily. I have Jen to thank. So, you know, my lives, and I put MMA live, and when I'm doing it with you, and I add Jen to it. So we are MAGEN.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
oh no.
Don't make us MAGEN.
No, MAGEN. Well, thank you for
All
coming,
right.
you guys. Thank you for reading that lovely. My voice is going now. You can hear it.
Thank you. It was very interesting to me. I have more questions that I have to research on.
We will definitely have to come on and do some questions and things like that. I don't mind doing speculation as long as, you know, we're not or if you've got evidence for it, it's better for me, you know, to back it up. But I don't want to be going out there screaming at people.
I understand.
After the Lauren Thompson case, I'm just like, yeah, I'm not.
Right.
So
well, we just have to be very clear when it's speculating instead of.
Yes.
Oh,
so,
happy Mardi Gras, Mary.
Happy Mardi Gras. Oh, I wish I had gotten to New Orleans. That would have been wonderful. Don't forget to be back here on Wednesday, guys, at 3 p.m. Central Time, where I'm going to interview, well, Jen will be here too, and Gingerlock's mum will also be helping me. We're going to interview Tanya Hagen on her new fiction book, No Inclination, inspired by events in the Christopher Watts case. So you don't want to miss that. You can come in, you can ask a question, and yeah, that'll be good. And we will be back with more exciting new things this year, because I just came up with a new idea yesterday that I'm pitching to Jen, and I've still got to pitch it to Gingerlocks. But we will see you soon.
Good night, y'all.
Bye-bye.